ISKCON Coventry presents the Sunday devotional broadcast. Welcome and be inspired. Haribol.
Gauranga Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So welcome to all the viewers. Jai Ho to the Sunday program by ISKCON Coventry. It's nice to have you all supporting the Sunday program. And there's a wonderful program ready for you today. So we'll just have a quick go through what we have today. So today, obviously, once I've greeted you all, Gauranga, we'll be having Srila Prabhupada Arti by the Milton Keynes devotees. And then after the Milton Keynes devotees, we'll be joining Haridas Prabhu for kirtans. And then from Milton Keynes to Coventry to Rugby, we'll be joining Jai Radhe for honoring us with Jai Radha Madhav. And then after that, we'll be having a live chat which will be conducted by Haridas Prabhu, who will be interviewing Pragnesh Prabhu and Kiran Prabhuji. And then 5:30, we have got Anuragi, our dear sister. She'll be having interviews with the mothers in ISKCON Coventry, Satya Mataji, Madhuri, Ishani, and Radharu. So without any further ado, let's go across to Milton Keynes for Srila Prabhupada Arti. Gauranga.
Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Srila Prabhupada. Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandhu Moni Savadana Mate.
Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandhu Moni Savadana Mate.
Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandhu Muni Savadana Mate.
Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandhu Muni Savadana Mate.
Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai.
Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai.
Krishna Prapti Ho Jaha Hote.
Krishna Bhakti Hoy Jaha Hoyte.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Sitete Kori Aikya.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Siddhate Kori Aikya.
Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha.
Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha.
Sri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati.
Sri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama
pure sarva asha.
Je prasade pure sarva asha.
Je prasade pure sarva asha.
Je prasade pure sarva asha.
चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से.
चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से.
दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित.
दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित.
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जेते.
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जेते.
वेद ज्ञान जहाँ रोचरित. श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमर जन बंधु.
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमर जन बंधु.
लोके नाथ लोके रजीवाना.
लोके नाथ लोके रजीवाना.
हा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद चया.
हा प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पद चया.
ये विज्ञान घोषित त्रिभुवाना.
ये विज्ञान घोषित त्रिभुवाना.
ये विज्ञान घोषित त्रिभुवाना.
ये विज्ञान घोषित त्रिभुवाना.
श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना.
श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना.
श्रीला गुरुदेव लैलो शराना.
श्रीला गुरुदेव लैलो शराना.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय.
गुरु महाराज की
जय.
हरे कृष्ण. प्रभु जी थैंक यू.
Jai Ho. Thank you very much, Ravi Tej, Prabhuji, and Madhura Sita Mataji.
Thank you.
Jai Ho. So it was a wonderful visit to Milton Keynes. I would just like to say it was a wonderful experience just then while the Aarti was going on. I was personally watching the slideshow. And what a wonderful work that has been done by the devotees in the beginning when Srila Prabhupada ji has arrived to the West. And all those early pictures captured, the walk in the park, Srila Prabhupada ji cooking with a 3-tier cooker, and then Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet so close. I mean, all that work, they must be capturing, but for future generations, this is amazing. We have Srila Prabhupada ji's books, so then we have his voice recorded on tape, videos, we have pictures. What a wonderful work that has been done by the devotees in the beginning. And it's all done for the benefit of the future generations to come. So while I was introducing, I missed out that after Anuragi, dear sister, is interviewing all the mothers, we will be also having Vidur Prabhuji readings from Queen Kunti and Draupadi. And then later on for the main Aarti also will be Vidur Prabhu Vidurani. And then the main Aarti will be Pranva Prabhuji and family. And then Nrsimha prayers will be Haragav. Let's hope he can catch up with us today. He missed out last week. And soon we are going across to Haridas Prabhu and family for the kirtans for this afternoon. Go Ranga. Jai Haribo.
Haribo.
Jai Go Ranga.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Bolo Gaura 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 Hare
Gaura 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 Hare
Gaura 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 Hare
Gaura 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 Hare
Jayo Sachinandana Gaura Hare
Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare
Jayo Sachinandana Gaura Hare
Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare
Oh Nitai 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 Gauranga
Nitai 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 Gauranga
Oh Nitai 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 Gauranga
Nitai 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 Gauranga
Jayo Nitai Jan Jayo Nitai Jan
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 Oh Gaura Gaura Gaura
Gaura Gaura Gaura Hare
Oh Gaura 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 Hare
Gaura 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 Hare
Oh Gaura 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 Hare
Gaura 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 Hare
Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Prabhupada
Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Prabhupada
Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Jai Jayo Gurudev
Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jayo Jayo Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Go Nitai Go Nitai Go Nitai Go
Nitai Go Nitai Go Nitai Go Nitai Go
Oh Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Radhe
Radhe
Radhe
Radhe
Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Jai 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 Shri Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
वृंदावन में
Radhe Radhe
नंद गाँव में
Radhe Radhe
बरसाना में
Radhe Radhe
यमुना तट पे
Radhe Radhe
राधा कुंड में
Radhe Radhe
श्यामा कुंड में
Radhe Radhe
कुसुम सरोवर
Radhe Radhe
ज्ञान कुदड़ी में
Radhe Radhe
राधा रमन मंदिर में
Radhe Radhe
कॉवंट्री में
Radhe Radhe
हमारे दिल में
Radhe
बोलो राधे 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 जय जय
Shri Radhe Shyam.
जय हो
Jai Ho,
हरि बोल हरि बोल
Shri Radhe Shyam. I was so excited during this kirtan, honestly. I was remember because the temple's now been locked nearly a year for this coronavirus. And I was honestly, I was so much reminiscing through this Guru Sevak's kirtan. You know, I hope all the other families, they're on their sofas getting excited, jiggling side to side. I mean, if they're not, my God, there's something wrong.
No, nothing wrong here, bro.
Honestly, that was a wonderful experience. Really ecstatic, Keith. And there must be all the Vaishnav families that are watching in their rooms, the Matajis, the Bratashis, the children. They must be excited because of what a wonderful setup you have in your room. And the experience you're getting, honestly, is just like being in our temple room.
Yeah, or Vrindavan.
Oh, Vrindavan. If you close your eyes, honestly, it's a wonderful experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jai, great. Thank you very much, Guru Sevak Prabhuji, Haridas Prabhu, and Dasi, Anuragi. Jai, go,
Patita Pavan, Prabhu.
Asana Das, Jai Ho. Thank you. Honestly, I hope all the Vaishnav families, that are watching, they were excited. I hope you were all in your lounges, wherever you are sitting, hands up in the air when Guru Sevak was going, Gaura, Gaura. I won't try and repeat that because I can't even sing or try and hold a note. So what a wonderful month this is, month of Purushottam. If all the devotees and the families that's been joining in with the devotees, with Vidur Prabhu and led with Haridas Prabhu through the japa sessions in the evening, starting at 8, and then reading from the scriptures. They've been reading from the Bhagavad Gita. Now they're reading from the Bhagavatam. This month is only coming once every 3 years or thereabouts. Let's get excited about it. And the devotees take this opportunity. The scripture says, there's a time and a place for charity. Well, you're not going to get a better one than this. Honestly, sincerely from my heart, devotees, is coming once in 3 years. The month of Purushottam. Whatever charity you can give, whatever you can do, whatever you can chant, whatever Sankirtan you can do for the lotus feet of Gaura Hari, we should be doing it. And if devotees haven't sponsored Prasad for the lordships, come on, let's get on the phone, dial up, text up to Anuragi and get a slot. It doesn't matter if somebody's already booked a day, double book it. Because the Lord is being so merciful, giving his mercy out in abundance. It doesn't matter if somebody's already booked or somebody's taken the morning or the afternoon or the evening, or they're taking the sponsor away, my dear devotees. For the mercy of the Lord, you will not get a better opportunity than this. So thank you very much. And now we'll be going across to Jai Radhe in Rugby for Jai Radha Madhav.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri
Jai Shri Radhe.
Hey, so how's our dear sister in rugby?
I'm doing good, Prabhuji. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I hope you've been cooking nicely for your lordships.
Definitely, definitely. That's all
Not
I
that
have. That's all I have, and you know, that is my savior. Like we spoke about it last week, isn't it?
Jaho, Jaho, Jaho. So if you can now do Jai Radha Madhav, and then we'll
Yes.
continue on. Jaho,
Jai
Gauranga.
Gauranga. Jai. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha. Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Sri Radha Madhav Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you very much, Jai Radhe, for singing Jai Radha Madhav. Jai,
Thank you,
thank you very
Prabhuji.
much. So
Hare
now
Krishna.
we'll be moving on, and we'll be going to Haridas Prabhu, who's going to be conducting interviews with the two wonderful devotees, Pragnesh and Kiran Prabhu.
Jai Ho, yes.
Jai.
Pragnesh and Kiran Prabhu, they are, I consider them as the champions. They've
Jai
been
Ho.
doing secretly going into the temple and doing service there, cleaning the place up and clearing the fat from the kitchen area, the tray there.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
and then I suddenly see a picture there. The work is being done, and I really get happy. So I think I'm going to, expose them to the public today.
Jai Ho.
Kiran and
Tell
Pragnesh,
everyone.
the terrible duo.
Terrible day. The only ones taking shelter of the Lord. We, I think the picture, we just had a technical difficulty there. The pictures just froze. So we'll be joining shortly with back of the Haridas Prabhu, who will be interviewing Pragnesh and Kiran.
Well, Pragnesh is waiting in the wings. You can bring him in.
Jai Pragnesh Prabhuji.
There you go. That's him.
With the airport planes still. Jai Ho. Go Ranga.
Hey, Hari.
Jai Ho.
Hari Bo.
Hari Bo. Is Kiran Prabhuji joining in as well? Maybe.
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
coming. He's trying in.
Then maybe Sudarshan can take me out so you can talk to both of them.
Okay.
If there's too many in the studio.
Okay, Pragnesh Prabhu, how are you? You doing gymnastics on your phone?
I'm very well.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm testing you.
You went
Can
sideways and everything. Yes.
Yeah, because let me try.
So we're waiting.
Where do I look best? What's my best side?
Oh, yeah, you look great now. You know, wanted. You know, very good poster for wanted. Kiran is trying to get in because they only allow so many, devotees at a time. And so we'll be trying. Anyway, before he joins, well, I think he's joining in. Well, welcome, Kiran. How are you?
Perfect.
You're looking very smart.
Yay!
You managed to get in then.
Just about. We had a few technical issues today, definitely.
All right. Well, what I'll do is, I want to ask you, you collected a beautiful asana for Srila Prabhupada the other week. And Anuragi was trying, we've been trying for a whole year, trying to get an asana for Srila Prabhupada. And then she found one in the antique shop for 700 pounds. But she told the lady there, I can't afford 700, can I give less? And they weren't entertaining it. And then now the lady came back saying, okay, it's a temple, so I like to actually give it free. So that was amazing. So then we wanted to know who's going to bring. She said, if you have to come and collect it. So we thought, okay, who can go and do that? So Anuragi suggested both of you to go. And you did make the journey. So maybe you can enlighten the viewers. What was the feeling, both of you, arranging to get an asana for Srila Prabhupada, who's done so much for the world and so much for Coventry? So maybe you can share your, feelings you had and, realizations. Yeah.
Definitely. I think even from the journey down, we could tell it was going to be a very beautiful evening. The sky was a lovely backdrop. It was a very bright evening, not many clouds, beautiful sunset. And Pragnesh and myself were able to share some stories and jokes on the way. A really, really lovely start to the evening. And thanks to Anuragi Mataji's full preparations, arranging the van and the whole journey. It was a really, really lovely time. We reached Sheffield at sundown. The full moon was gleaming in the sky. The whole evening just had this aura of auspiciousness. It was really beautiful. Barbara and Mike, very, very lovely people. They live in a gorgeous cottage, and it's at the top of a hilled garden, which was touched with herbs and spices, and even in the evening, we could smell the mint and the lovely things they were growing. They obviously take great care and pride in their environment. A lovely observatory made with wood and glass in the garden, a frog pond, some really well-tended plants and trees. It was just a wonderful setting, and even in the dark, you could tell how nice a place it was. Barbara kindly led us up the path with her torch, and both her and Mike presented the Vyasasan in their living room, or just through the door. Pragnesh offered some very, very lovely words, and gifted some books that the temple had given to us to carry with us for Barbara and Mike. And obviously the Asana itself was an extremely kind gesture to Prabhupada, and a beautiful chair to give to him and to our temple. It was just a wonderful service to be a part of. The whole experience was very, very auspicious.
Yeah. Do you realize this chair was made in Rajasthan in India? So
Wow.
this is maybe pretty old. I couldn't believe it. From Bharat for Srila Prabhupada. It's got two lions, two peacocks, and the red seat. There you go. You can see the two lions. They look very tame. And then, Srila Prabhupada is a lion as well. He went to America and conquered it. And then the peacocks, from Vrindavan. So beautiful chair. Yeah, thank you so much for that service. Every time I look at the chairs and I know you two brought it. So that'd be nice. Maybe you're the two lions in the front.
Maybe brothers. Maybe.
I don't know.
So Pragnesh, what was your feelings going down there?
Overwhelming, to be honest. The whole experience was just very, very beautiful, as Prabhuji was saying. Just from the start, when we went to collect the van from Warwick, even the owner of the van company knew you, and he was a personal old family friend. His name was Indrajit, and he was saying, we were advertising the company, look at that. And he told us stories about you at a young age. We told him about how auspicious and how lucky it was for his organization that we'd basically were bringing a religious article back to a temple in Coventry, because he's a Coventry person. So Indrajit knew you from Coventry, and he took a lot of blessings. He was very happy that we were using his company to do such a lovely service. As Prabhu said, basically, he drove lovely all the way down to Sheffield, which is a very beautiful place. We had lots of lovely kirtan. There's probably a picture of Kiran Prabhu having prasad, because we had nowhere to go, so we sat in the back of the van on the floor and had Mahaprasad, which was a very lovely start to that evening.
There you go.
And then, there we go. Look at that, the legend enjoying his Mahaprasad. Basically, this is how we do it, when we're going to do it.
Are you supposed to remove the mask? Are you supposed to remove the mask when you're eating?
There was nobody else in the van at the time. I was standing outside with the camera. That's my excuse, Governor, and I'm sticking to it. It was just a beautiful experience. So basically, yes, driving down to it, the roads were clear, and we had some nice kirtan in the background. It was just a very lovely experience. As we said, we got to Sheffield in good time, and basically we read the instructions, Prabhuji, and it said number 73. We stood at this door, and there were these two bins outside on this terrace house. I thought, this is not a very auspicious place, but we took it. We knocked on the door, and nobody answered. And we looked upstairs, the light was on, and the light wasn't on downstairs. We reread the instructions, and it said, wait at number 73 and phone us. I thought, oops, wrong house. So we basically phoned the number, Prabhuji, and from across the road, this beautiful gate opened, and this lady came from this massive garden. So we were actually in the right place, but she didn't live in that house. She opens this gate, and it's like a divine garden. This garden was like Adam's and Eve's garden. Beautiful.
Oh my God.
As Prabhuji was saying, the feeling of going through this, it felt like a mile long. It was a beautiful experience because it was evening and the moonlights and the stars. It was such a beautiful experience. So we went past the frog pond, and we went past the globe, went past the apple orchards. And she said, would you like some apples? And I thought, no. But Prabhuji said yes, and I thought, very beautiful. And she carried us through. We went to this beautiful, doors opened, and I thought, it was such a beautiful house. And then, she showed us the asana. We were so overwhelmed. We said, we'll ask for blessings for you, because she looked unwell. And she said, I think, and I could be wrong, I think all the blessings that I want, we said, we bless you for good life. And she said, just bless me for a happy ending, because she said, I'm at the final stages of an illness, and all I want is to go peacefully. And we were overwhelmed by it, to be honest, Prabhuji. It was such an emotional experience because, as Prabhuji was saying, there's a full moon behind us. You have this beautiful English couple giving such a beautiful gift to a temple, and she was at end of life. So we were both in tears at that point, really, just for the emotion of such a beautiful gift. And I don't think she appreciated what she was giving and who she was giving it to. I said, every time Prabhupada, anybody,
Yes.
Such a
Give it for
beautiful,
free.
may she be blessed forever, and her family, and for
Thank
everybody,
you.
because we were both in tears at that experience of someone giving something and not realizing the significance of who they were giving it to. And I said, every time anybody bows to Prabhupada, they'll be bowing to your seat.
Gift.
And
Yes.
so yeah, it's such a lovely gift. And then
Yeah. How does it compare with when you're in the kitchen, taking out the fat from the pit in the kitchen? How
this
is
felt
this
like our
compared to
reward,
that?
Prabhuji. This felt like our reward, Prabhuji. No. That was Seva, and this was our reward. We felt blessed to have the opportunity to receive such a gift from such a person, and to have that connection and association with such a kind person, because this was really what it was about, Prabhuji. Emptying the grease trap out is one experience. Being emotionally touched by somebody giving such a gift at the end of life touched us much, much more. It made it all worth it, because you realize what you're part of. So as Prabhuji said, we were then led back through the garden in reverse. It was a thin footpath with trees on both sides, trying to angle this very heavy solid wood bench, asan, back out again. And that took about an hour, because we kept stopping on the way back to basically just to rest, because it's solid wood.
Yes.
But we took the apples, which were very beautiful. We thanked them. We offered them blessings. Barbara was such an overwhelming person for us to meet, Prabhuji. We thank you for the opportunity to do such a service.
No. Brilliant.
No, it was for us. It was an overwhelming, and Prabhuji, Kiran Prabhu was, he was touched all evening. He was very emotional throughout that, because we then went to find a coffee in Sheffield before we drove back, and it was already about 9 o'clock at night at that point. But he, throughout the whole period, he just talked about the moonlight, the full moon, and the shadow of this individual that touched us so closely. So I think we got back to Coventry in the early hours of the morning. We dropped off the asan, and Prabhuji gave some of the apples as prasad to Prabhupada to say, this is where this asan has come from, which again was a very beautiful experience. We then obviously drove back to Warwick to drop the van back, and then back to Coventry again after that. But this, we were so touched by this experience that what me and Prabhuji have done this evening, we've sponsored Borg for the Lordships in memory of Barbara, because we are just so overwhelmed by this individual and her kind heart and where she was in life. We also ask all devotees today to remember her when we get to the Singadev prayer, and also around the Arti as well. So, we want to hopefully share this experience. So we've got some photos from Pujari Ji from the Arti today, from the Bog offering. He sent it already. We've received those photos. We'll send them on to Barbara. We'll hopefully send her a link to this, so that hopefully this will give us strength at a final stage, and give appreciation of where the history of this beautiful article is coming. What a beautiful person to give it to us. So we want to thank you and the temple for giving us this service and such a lovely opportunity to do such a lovely thing. And it's going to be a memory for me and for life.
Yeah. Also, I want to say, Kiran, did you know Pragnesh before coming to the temple, or did you meet him in the temple?
I've been blessed with helping Pragnesh in the last 7, 8 months, maybe.
Yes.
It's been a wonderful experience. I've learned a lot through him, and I've said it before, but I look up to him like a brother.
No, it's wonderful that you two are getting along fine, and not only getting along, you're actually doing services, which normally we have to encourage people to do it, and you do it on your own volition, timely, you keeping the whole thing so good. And is it Mahesh as well? Or is it Mukesh or Mahesh?
Yes,
Mahesh. So he comes as well, and he serves as well, and with the lockdown and all that, and you're maintaining the services. Thank you so much from the temple management and from our heart. And I really, Prabhupada blesses you and blesses Barbara as well and the husband. And this journey is good. So every time people will see Srila Prabhupada sitting on the asana, they'll remember your story. The two lovely devotees brought this, as a gift to Srila Prabhupada, all the way from Rajasthan to Barbara to Coventry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And we'd like to have you again on the program some other time, and with other lovely stories. Thank you so much.
Jai. Thank you.
Haribol. Thank you.
Jai.
Oh, Jai, Gauranga.
Lovely service, eh?
It was a wonderful service, you know. What a wonderful asking for Srila Prabhupada. Well done to Anuragi as well for arranging this wonderful experience, especially when Anuragi's told them we're a charity and £700 is a lot. And then Barbara and her husband, they've gone further by just donating it to Srila Prabhupada. You know, that's
Yes.
in itself, in the month of Purushottam, that's a wonderful charitable gift.
Yes. It's
Amazing.
fantastic. So amazing. Thank you for arranging the interview. And who's on next?
I think it's our dear sister Anuragi with the mothers of ISKCON Coventry. They'll be coming on now. There'll be Satya Mataji, Madhuri Mataji, Ishani, and Radha Roop. So, dear Anuragi, the live air is all yours, I would say.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Haribo.
Thank you very much for passing the buck over, as they say.
I know, but all I can see is a black screen, you know. I can't see you.
Oh, I'm on. Can you see me now?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
It's like Sham Sundar. It's completely black, like Madhav.
Sudarshan has brought me on. So, okay. So this segment is now dealing with a little segment with the Matajis. So we'd like to speak to the ladies. And coincidentally, today is actually International Girls' Day. So it's promoting the protection, safety, equality, dignity of women, of girls. So what a really nice day to actually have this on. So in the Vedic culture, the Vedas explain that there are actually 6 other mothers. So one's own mother is very respected. One's own mother, the spiritual master's wife, the Brahman's wife, the king's wife, the Gomata, the cow, the nurse, and Mother Earth. So we are lucky to have in our temple many mothers. So our temple is very grahastha, has a very nice grahastha environment. So we'd like to bring on some of these mothers onto the show right now, and we can have a live discussion. So we have Ishani Mataji, Satya Mataji, Radha Roop, Devi Dasi, and who else is there? Where's Mother Asita Mataji? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Hare Bol, everyone. How is
Hari
everyone
Bol.
today?
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam to all.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. So just a quick question. We can go around so you can introduce yourselves, who you are, and what your service is in the temple, and what you do. So we'll start with Ishani Mataji.
Oh, so Hare Krishna. My name is Ishani Mataji Dasi. I'm recently initiated by His Holiness Japataka Swami Maharaj. So I think that is my only introduction. In the temple, I'm related to Coventry Temple, and under the guidance of all the senior devotees, I'm just trying to perform some menial services. Just give me all the Vaishnavas. I just request you to give me all blessings so that I can progress in this, Krishna consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Masi. Satya Damodar Priya Devidasi.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. My name is Satya Damodar Priya Devidasi, and I'm a disciple of His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj. And I'm a housewife with the 2 children. This is my daughter Titiksha. And by the association and guidance of ISKCON Coventry senior devotees, I developed taste in devotional service. I used to help in cooking, making garlands, temple shopping, and assist in temple accounts. That's my introduction. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. And we're so happy to have you on board because the finances are such a headache. So thank you for that. Mother Asita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My name is Madhura Sita Dasi. I'm also disciple of His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, and I'm mother of 3 children. My younger one is 6 months, and in Coventry is like a second house for me. I can say it's the first house for me. In the temple, I used to do kitchen service more only, and helping in the making prasadam. Mataji. What I'm doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And we also have Vidarani Auntie. Hare Krishna.
No. My spouse. Somebody's they're done it for you.
Hare Krishna. My name is Vidurani Devi Dasi. I'm a disciple of Krishna Das Swami Maharaj. I've been with the temple since the beginning, so helping with the management, any ladies' issues, and pujari service, cooking, garland making, sort of an all-rounder.
All-rounder, yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. And Radha Rup Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, my name is Radha Rup. Sorry, there's a really bad echo, and I'm not sure if it's me or not. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Sorry, Hare Krishna. My name is Radha Rup Devidasi. I'm a disciple of His Holiness Lokanath Swami. The temple services that I've been involved in have been quite heavily involved in the Bal Gopal Sunday school, and also kitchen service, and also the kirtan department as well.
Thank you very much. So lovely to have all the Vaishnavis on all at once. So it's so nice because we normally see each other during the Sunday programs, and we're seeing, having regular association. But like this, it's also a nice way to still keep in contact and still see each other. So it's been quite difficult in the lockdown that we've had recently with COVID-19. So I'm just wondering, Satya, especially Satya, the little ones, and Mother Sita, how are you coping with the lockdown, and also you've got little children at home. How are you managing, doing all your extra duties at home as well as having young children at home?
Yeah. Mostly when they sleep, Mataji, I used to do more cleaning services, house services. But she's 6 months only, so most of the time she sleeps. So in the lockdown time, we bought so many board games for the kids. So they'll play with the caroms, chess, and sometimes they use the TV and some gadgets also. And for Jai Krishna, I used to give more general knowledge questions and handwriting practice, and our mother tongue Telugu writing practice. So these are the things I used to do in the last.
Thank you, Satya.
Yeah, and with my children, Titiksha and Sudarshan, I started teaching them Bhagavad Gita slokas. So slowly they started learning slokas, and in Solihal we started Bhagavad Gita classes to our own community, Telugu community. So there were around 15 children. They were very enthusiastic, and they were eagerly learning slokas. That's what we did in lockdown.
Yes,
well, that's really inspiring. Yeah.
Yes, Mata. We also started one Bhagavad Gita Kids Club for the kids. Before used to do weekly 3 days. At the time there were 30 to 40 kids are there, but after the school started, the children's are very less joining. Nearly 15 to 16 kids are joining. So only Fridays also we are doing now. So we started it lockdown, and it's going on now also.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. It's really inspiring, and it could give ideas to other Matajis that are at home. You can just, grab your friends, send out some contacts, get the children to come onto Zoom. And this is a really good way, way to engage the children while they're at home. They haven't got the temple to go to, but this is a really, really good way that they can actually stay in touch with the spiritual culture and learn from the scriptures and still, not lose and not forget their heritage, which is brilliant. So Radha Rup, so I know little Gurungi now is turned 2. How are you managing, keeping up your spirituality and things with Gurangi now getting a bit of a handful, and how are you managing at home with her and not having the temple? Because I know in the temple it's such a brilliant way to learn for kids when they grow up. As they're growing, they can just watch and learn, and not having that environment. How are you getting on?
Yeah, it's been very, very challenging, especially during lockdown, as the others have mentioned. Having a 2-year-old who is very, very energetic has been challenging on top of that. So I think with both my husband and I, we try and include Gurangi in as much of our daily activities as we can. So including her in our morning arati, including her in evening arati, and just letting her be around as much spiritual activity as possible, so she can learn and see. And I think kids are so young and they're little sponges, and anything they see or hear, they just soak up straight away. So Kurangi's been gifted her own Jagannath Baldev Subhadra dolls, and it's absolutely it's adorable to see. When she sees us do arti, I caught her the other day, and she was just doing this round and round to her Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and I realised that she was actually trying to do arti, and then she'd get a banana from the kitchen and offer it to Jagannath. She'll put her dolls to Jagannath Baldev's. Yeah, she'll put them to sleep. She'll put a blanket on them. So I think teaching them very young is so important, because I think it gives them the foundation to carry on in life. And especially living in the Western world, a lot of us it's quite easy for us to forget our culture and our Sanskriti. So it's very, very important for us to teach our children from a very early age, so they have as much of our Sanskriti for the rest of their lives.
That's brilliant. No, thank you very much. And Prabhupada, you always stressed that actually having children is like having a deity of your own, because you're always having to look after them, but then also encourage the children to have deities at home or have their own deities, because then it reinforces that Krishna is a person. So it's not like in a personal worship. So children from a young age, they actually get used to the idea. They know then actually God is a person, Krishna is a person. He is real. He does have feelings. So it gets them used to building that relationship with Krishna at such a young age, and that's going to help them throughout the rest of their life. So that's fantastic. So we've got Ishani Mataji Devi Dasi. So you sing beautifully. Your kirtans are just amazing. I love listening to you, and I see you're also encouraging Aradhya. So how are you involving him while you're at home in your spiritual practices?
Yes, Mataji. I actually encouraged him to learn more musical instruments. Whatever little bit I know, I try to teach him. And also, he started learning Mridanga now with all the other kids. In fact, there are many kids involved in that. So, and anyways, he's also learning a bit of sitar, a bit of singing, harmonium. He started playing. So that's a bit of challenge for me, but yes, he's picked it up finally. So yes, I'm trying my best to teach him that. And he's also involved in deity worship. He has his own altar similar to ours, and he tries to do all the same things we do it with our deities. So that's really encouraging.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing that. And he's in a good environment, a good atmosphere, because you're so musically talented. You can pick up all of these different instruments and have a go, and hopefully you can use them in kirtan. So when we're doing kirtan together, when we're back to the temple, it'll be lovely to have all these children bringing along their skills and talents and joining in serving Krishna together like that. Now,
Yes,
I'd like to
I
ask
think
you another question.
all the kids are coming out of hell in these lockdown time. So it's really good for all the kids to stay at home and learn new things.
No, it's fantastic, brilliant. If there's one thing that you all look forward to the most, once all this COVID is over, once the lockdown is over, what is that one thing, Vidarani Auntie?
I think it will be to come to the temple together with all the devotees and glorify the Lord with kirtans and prasadam and a feast for everybody, and being able to hug somebody, devotees, all of this we're missing. So really looking forward
Definitely,
to
I
all of
agree with
that.
that. Anyone else?
Definitely, I agree with that. Actually, I'm missing Prashadam a lot. So I'm missing making bhoga and serving it to all the devotees and then having it with the devotees. So I'm really missing that.
Definitely agree. Coventry Prashadam is known to be quite famous.
Yeah, in fact,
So, yeah.
Haridas Prabhu came with an idea that we'll plan all together, make a meal, all of us together, and have it together online.
Yeah,
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 that's a wonderful
that would be
idea.
interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you, Satya Mataji, others.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to go to temple to continue my services and an association of devotees and Saturday Mangalartis mainly.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm really missing just being in Kirtan with the devotees and, having the lordships right in front of you. I just want to be able to not close my eyes and listen to Kirtan, but to open my eyes and see the lordships personally and see all the devotees around, and it'll just be amazing. So hope all this COVID kind of hurries up and goes and we can kind of get back to normal.
Wonderful. Mother Sita Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I'm same like I'm eager to come to the temple. When the lockdown is finished, we are all waiting for this lockdown to finish early, as soon as possible. And we also try to come to the Mangalatis, not if not possible on every Saturday, maybe alternative Saturdays also we'll try to come and attend for the Mangal Harti. We'll try, Mataji, definitely this time.
Thank you, thank you. And you all also take part in our temple programs are now online. So we have actually an online book club which you all take part in. So the book that we're studying at the moment is Nectar of Devotion, and some really brilliant points have been coming out by all the devotees recently. Vidurani Auntie, would you like to share some of your realizations?
Like I say, we're reading Nectar of Devotion at the moment. This is a summary of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is the law book of ISKCON, really. And it's an in-depth understanding. Nectar of Devotion is giving us an in-depth understanding of our Krishna consciousness and devotional service. And it's really amazing. Actually, we think all the things that we're doing is, all the basic things like chanting, taking darshan, and, going to the temple and all of that, basic regular things we're doing. But reading Nectar of Devotion is giving us so much insight to that. It's telling us what we need to do in our devotional service, how we need to do it, and why we need to do all the things in our devotional service. So it gives us a really good, it's giving me a good realization of, chanting's not just chanting. There's so much more to it. And this is what Nectar of Devotion is explaining to us in all aspects of our devotional service. So it's really giving a good in-depth to this. And every text, I've realized in every text of this book, there's a really good point being made all the time. And as you know, in our book club, everybody's struggling to pick out a point because there's so many points in there. And these points has really made me think about these points. Even after we finish reading, it makes me think about these points and how I can implement that in my everyday life and how I can progress in my devotional service, how I can progress it and improve it, not be stagnated. So it's given us a really good insight into, the actual scriptures, giving us really good insight. And it's like, it's good because we're all coming together on the book club. And, if you read a book by yourself, you might not understand it very clearly and you haven't got anybody else to ask or, to clarify the points. But in our book club, which really helps me, is that we've got advanced devotees. We've got youngsters, we've got advanced devotees, and these advanced devotees can give us an insight or explain, or, if we don't understand the points, to clarify these points for us, which makes all the difference than trying to understand it yourself. And it's really, really good. And it's really, really surprising that even the youngsters, they have a really good point to make. And everybody has something to say that's meaningful to me anyway, and to take that away and to implement it in my everyday life. So it's like a really big spiritual family coming together and just having a discussion, really. But reading Srila Prabhupada's book is really, really is brought the importance to me that it's not just to stay on the shelves. We've got to pick them up and read them. Srila Prabhupada really, really suffered all through his days to bring these books to us, and they're wonderful books. And I just think that we need to read them a bit more. And I'm glad the book club is there to, give us that push and appreciate Srila Prabhupada and what he did for us in the books.
No,
It's
definitely.
amazing.
You're right there. And also recently we're doing daily Zoom chanting as well as reading. We started with Bhagavad Gita, then we did prayers of Queen Kunti, and now we're on the Bhagavatam. And Queen Kunti and Draupadi Mata have both come through with their exemplary surrender to Lord Krishna and their dependence on Lord Krishna. So it's something that we can all learn from, and they're the 2 points that really struck out to me, that the way that Draupadi and Kunti Mata both really completely, totally surrendered unto Lord Krishna. And that's something that we can, also learn to follow in their footsteps, because we all go through challenging, tough times in life. And you see all the events that happened in their lives and how they just turned to Krishna every time, because they knew that Krishna was with them and they had nothing, although they were going through all these trials and tribulations, but Lord Krishna was there. So it's something that it's really nice for the Matajis to glorify these exalted Vaishnavis and learn from them, which I thought was really nice.
Biography, Anuragi, and it really, really stresses how much Srila Prabhupada really, surrendered to Krishna, and all the time, all he had in mind was, Krishna and how he can advance Krishna consciousness. All the time, he was just, pushing this, and I've just read a passage somewhere where he was saying that some of the devotees were coming over to England to spread Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada said to them that, you need to be prepared. If you're going out into the world spreading Krishna consciousness, then you need to be prepared, and you need to read my books, because you're spreading my message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you need to read these books. So these books, Nectar of Devotion, they're amazing. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these books are there for us to, advance in our spiritual life and how to surrender to Krishna. So they're amazing.
Definitely.
Really enjoying the book club.
Thank you. So we would like to encourage anybody who's watching, they can join these daily Zoom programs. During the Purushottam Mass, we're doing group japa and scripture reading together. Also Saturdays is our book club, so do contact any of the devotees. I would like to thank you, all the Matajis today. Thank you for joining us. Ishani Mataji Devi Dasi, Satya Damodar Priya Devi Dasi, Mother Sita Devi Dasi, Ishani Mataji and Radharup Devi Dasi. Thank you all so much. And we'll go on to Vidur Prabhu, who will talk further regarding a topic on glorifying the Vaishnavis in the scriptures. So thank you, Matajis, for joining us.
Hare
We'll
Krishna.
see
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thanks for having us. Haribol.
Haribol. We'll see Patita Pavan Prabhu now, who will be joining us to introduce Vidur Prabhu. So thank you for giving us your time.
Jai Gauranga, Gauranga. It was nice to listen to all the sisters and the mothers talking about the temple. And then the points that were being made, they were quite valid, and understanding in the current climate how everybody's missing the temple through whatever means, like it doesn't matter their service, from garland making to listening to classes to cooking boga for the lordships, the feast. It was great. It was great to see. I didn't even realize it was what day was it today? Did you say, Anuragi, before you started? Did you say Girls' Day?
International Girls' Day, yeah.
Oh, wow. Didn't even know it was International Girls' Day. But there you go. Well celebrated by ISKCON Coventry by having all the mothers and sisters live
Very
on the
nice.
air to talk about their experiences at the temple. Thank you very much, Anuragi.
Thank you. Haribol.
Gauranga. So now we'll swiftly go across to Vidur Prabhu. Sorry for the delay, but I'll hand it over to you straight away. Thank you very much. Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, and well into the Mataji force of ISKCON Coventry. That was wonderful to hear them and come together like that and speak from their heart about their own realizations and difficulties during the shutdown period. And Mataji force are really a force to be reckoned with. They are a strong, strong side of our temple and every temple actually. So please let the Pujari know that the Aarti may be, and to all of you, will be a few minutes late. I'll just spend about 5-10 minutes speaking about exemplary Matajis in our Sanatan Dharma. And obviously, you know, they set a good springboard for me to speak on, listen to all those ladies. And of course, appreciating the ones who are being interviewed, but I also want to appreciate the interviewer, Anuragi herself. She is a strong, strong force in our yatra. So thanks to all of you for being part of the yatra and helping us to push forward Srila Prabhupada's movement. I would like to talk about three from our Sanatandam, three Matajis who are, who come up very strongly and very prominently, and as persons who we would like to pay our respects to and follow in their footsteps. I must clear one misconception first, though. In Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, the misconception of Sanatan Dharma in the modern age, often you'll hear that the women are put down in Hinduism. Yes, women are put down in Hinduism. The real understanding of Sanatan Dharma, that is not true. Maybe with modern twisted understanding, yes, that may happen, but true Sanatan Dharma, that is not the case. Womanhood is glorified in Sanatan Dharma. You heard Anuragi say, we regard seven different personalities as mothers, yes? Your own mother, the queen, your guru's, Guru Patni, yeah? Guru Mata, Mother Earth, Mother Cow. And, so she gets example. So motherhood is glorified in Sanatan Dharma. And please don't misunderstand that, and don't tolerate if people make comments that women are put down in Sanatan Dharma. They are not. One great personality is Draupadi, the Dharma Patni, the wife of the 5 Pandav brothers. Yes, and we were just reading in this amazing book, Nectar of Devotion, just yesterday, that my God, what troubles they went through, what tribulations they went through, again and again and again, because of the onslaught by Duryodhana and his brothers. Yes, Duryodhana didn't want them to exist, so he made many plans to get rid of them and to even kill them. And Draupadi throughout, and in some cases even Kunti Mata, the mother, she was with the Pandav brothers in the difficulty. In the house of Lak, Kunti Devi was there. They wanted to burn the whole family. And then they escaped, and then Kunti was with her children, the sons, and she was going around in hiding, from jungle to jungle, and then even went as far as Ekchakra. So it was very difficult, but throughout all this difficulty, they never lost faith in Krishna. Krishna, because of the surrender to Krishna, Krishna kept protecting them. Krishna kept looking after them. Eventually, it got so bad that Draupadi, was dragged by Dushasan, Duryodhana's younger brother, dragged by a hair into the royal assembly court. She was dragged, and she was in her menstrual period at that point, so she was technically unclean. But she was dragged in that state to the royal court. And there, to further the humiliation, Duryodhana requested that she be disrobed. In front of all those people, royal assembly court, Duryodhana said, disrobe her. And she and Dushasan tried. He tried and tried and tried to disrobe her. But Krishna came to her rescue. Krishna came to her rescue because of her surrender. Initially, she was looking for her surrender where? To her husbands, then to the king, then the elders in the court, like Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, they're all there in the assembly. They're all there. And then she finally said, this is not working. She's holding on to her sari, and then Dushasan is yanking it. And then eventually she says, this is not working. Nobody's going to save me. Then she raised both her hands and appealed to Govind, you please save me. And then Krishna supplied unlimited sari after sari. Dushasan got exhausted trying to disrobe Draupadi. And this is glorified. Draupadi surrendered to Krishna, and then Krishna looking after his devotee. Mother Kunti, as I already explained, she was also in the beginnings with her sons, going through all those difficult places, staying out of, trying to hide from society, and Duryodhana's spies, so. And then eventually, after the whole battle was over and they won, and then Krishna decided that now he has to return to Dwarka. At that point, Kunti came running to Krishna's chariot and made an amazing appeal to Krishna. Made heartfelt praise were being spoken by Kunti Devi. And these are in the 8th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Praise of Lord Kunti. The praise of Lord Kunti. 26 beautiful verses she spoke. And these are just glorified and repeated by devotees all over the world. There's so much wisdom and beauty in these verses of Kunti Devi. There's one famous one which I will share with you. It's Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama. The translation is, let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other coward men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses. This praise is famous, and many devotees would recite this, especially just before they go to speak or give a class. I remember that Gosaiji would especially be reciting this one. So at the end of these beautiful 26 verses, what happens next? What is the Lord's response? What is Krishna's response? It is said there, Sutta Goswami said, the Lord, Krishna, thus hearing the praise of Kunti Devi, composing choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was as enchanting as his mystic power. He accepted those prayers of Kunti Devi. He loved them. He showed his pleasure by smiling, So that's Kunti Devi, We should Draupadi, Kunti Devi, and I'll finish by one more, and that is Mother Yashoda herself. Mother Yashoda herself. These mothers, amazing personalities. And if you look at their lives, you see the difficulties they faced, and how they it's not that the difficulties stopped because they surrendered to Krishna. Krishna somehow enable them to go through those difficulties. Not that they were stopped. The difficulties kept coming, but Krishna enabled them to live through those difficulties, and how then without them giving up on Krishna. That's the beauty of it. Now, very soon, Purushottam Mass is finishing, and then for a couple of weeks, Chaturmasi will continue, the 3rd month, and then the 4th month, Kartik will start. That's another beautiful month. One of beautiful month. And in that month, Damodar is glorified. See that? Damodar is glorified. And what is the glorification of Damodar month? How Mother Yashoda dies, runs after little Damodar, runs after him, catches him, and ties him up. And this is glorified in the Damodar Ashtaka prayers we sing throughout the whole of Kartik. Yes. So Mother Yashoda, her glorification is, my goodness, how did Krishna choose you as a mother? What was your qualification that Jesus said, I will accept her as my mother in my Bal Leela? That's amazing. So saintly people, they just are amazed by this pastime. That not only that he became your son, but you were able to catch him. Yogis can't catch him. Yogis, after 1,000 years of meditation, they can't catch. They can't grab Krishna. But you managed it, and then not only that, you tied him. You tied him up. So that this is coming very soon. So please, we want to tie Krishna with our love. Yashoda caught Krishna and tied him up through her love, and we want to follow in her footsteps also. So I will stop there. That these are 3 lovely examples from our Sanatana Dharma of 3 wonderful mothers, Matajis, who never gave up on Krishna, who, despite what difficulty was thrown at them. At the moment, many of you are facing difficulties, but never give up on Krishna. Never give up on Krishna. Difficulties won't suddenly evaporate. They won't. Krishna will help you through the difficulties. Okay? Just have faith in Krishna, like Draupadi did, like Kunti Devi did. Hare Krishna. Now we will prepare for Aarti. So I will hand over to the MC and see you in a couple of minutes' time. Hare Krishna.
Jai Gauranga. Thank you very much, Vidur Prabhu. That was a wonderful listening to the pastimes of Queen Kunti and Draupadi, and then Mother Yashoda. What a wonderful experience listening to the devotees to talk about the pastimes of the Lord. And like Vidur Prabhuji said, so as the month of Purushottam ends, I think there's a 6-day gap, I believe. And then Kartik starts, I think, on the 23rd of October and then ends in 23rd. So I hope the devotees, maybe the Japa session can continue in Kartik, because we are not getting the opportunity to meet up at the temple. So we can enjoy the senior devotees and other devotees association on Zoom or on the air, and continue reading the scriptures and the book club on Saturdays. What a wonderful experience it will be. So shortly, Vidur Prabhu and Vidurani, they'll be doing the main Aarti, and Pranava Prabhu and Satya family, they'll be doing the main Aarti. So we'll be going across to the temple shortly for these Aartis, and then the Nrsimha Aarti will be sung by Raghav Prabhu. And then all our thoughts will go out to the devotees who have texted in to remember them during the Aarti of Lord Nrsimha Dev. So as the message just comes up, in the comments box below. So if you send in the name of anybody you would like the devotees to remember while they are singing the glorifications of Lord Nrsimha Dev, and then the Lord, at his will and shelter, protecting the devotees through these tough times. And may the Lord protect everyone in these tough times, especially in this lockdown period of coronavirus, which isn't getting any easier as winter is. We are only in autumn, we're not even in winter yet, but the cases of the virus is increasing again. But let's take this opportunity on Zoom and on YouTube, take each other's association in japa sessions, in book club, and reading the scriptures after the japa session. So Gauranga, let's hope the devotees are ready. Jai. All over to Vidur and Vidurani for the Aarti. Gauranga. Maybe Vidur Prabhu is muted. Vidur Prabhuji, can you check, are you muted? We're not getting any sound from your ashram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I think, are we still experiencing a few difficulties? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you, Badani.
Hare Rama,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now? Okay. No, go then. The king in Bame Gadagara Ikate Advaita Shri Vasa Chakradara Ikate Advaita Shri Vasa Chakradara
Ache Gorachan Ratna Singasane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Hari Adi Kori Chamarulaya Sanjaya Mukundavasi Kusadigaya Sanjaya Mukundavasi Adigaya Shankar Bhaje Shankar Bhaje Bhaje Karatara Madhura Mridanga Bhaji Paramarasala Kankabade, Kankabade, Madur, 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 Bade, Shankabade, Kankabade, Madur, 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 Bade, Madur, 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 Bade, Madur, 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 Bade, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, 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 Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Jwala Jala Dese Vanamala Pure Jalamala Jala Dese Vanamala Pure Jalamala Shiva Nada, Dini Gada Gada, Kati Vinoda Diki, Purar Sampana, Kati Vinoda Diki, Purar Sampana, Jayo Jaya Gorachande Aroti Shobha Janavi Tatavani Jagamandaloma Gorangera Roti Shobha Jaga Janmana Lova Surangera Roti Shobha Jaga Janmana Lova Jaga Janmana Lova Jaga Janmana Lova Nitai Gora Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, 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 Hari Bo.
Namo Shubhadaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhavine
Krishna Prasthaya Bhute Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Samiti
Saraswati Devi Devi Shastra
Namaste Saraswati Devi Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatya
Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Asani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Madhusudan, 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 Jaya Madhusudan. Jaya Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Jaya Mani Ma. Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan,
Giri Govardhan.
Jaya Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman, Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami,
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavat me.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath,
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Shama Sundara Pyare Jagannath. Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Maharani, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Satchinandana Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadiya Bihari. Jaya Nita Chan, Jaya Nita Chan, Jaya Nita Chan, Jaya Jagatam. Dimanitai, 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 Jaya Dimanitai. Nityanandaram, 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 Jaya Nityanandaram, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Swami Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Vishnupada Paramahamsa Kachara Swami Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Maharaj ki
Jai.
Vaishnavis ki Jai.
Jai.
Acharya Das Thakur ki Jai. Prem se Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Dhyaya Dhyaya Devasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Radha Krishna Prabhu Gopala Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Jai.
Jai.
Santa Shyam Devan Nagam Subramanya ki Jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai. Radha Maharaj Gaura Prem
Pranava Prabhu and family. We'll be going across to Raga Prabhu, who will be doing Lord Nrsingadev prayers. Nrsingadev prayers, what I know of the names are Haribo Raga, Jai, Ranga. So the names that have come out that's asking for the Lord's mercy and shelter are Mr. Kachubai Mauji Vageda and Barbara, who has donated the Asana for Srila Prabhupada. Auntie Prema Manjari's a speedy recovery, and Auntie Shraddha Devi Dasi's speedy recovery. And also Jaya Radharup has just sent a message for her mother-in-law, Baksho Chawla. We pray for all these devotees and their speedy recovery. Over to you now, Raga Prabhuji, for Lord Nrsinga prayers.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladala Dadayane Ranya Kashi Purvakshaha Shilatanka Nakhalaye To Narsimha Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahi Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narsingha Dim Sharanam Prapade Tava Karakamala Pare Nakham Adbhuta Shringayam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare जय भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गौर देता गौर हरि हरि बोल
Gauranga, thank you very much, Raga Prabhuji, for Lord Nrsinga prayers. Thank you very much. Announcements. Vidur Prabhu, are you doing announcements?
No, Anuragi.
Anuragi. Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Gauranga, all handed over to you, dear sister.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for hosting a wonderful Sunday program today. And it will come around surely soon, next time, I'm sure. So keep looking out on your phone.
Keep me off the list as long as you can.
Okay, in the far distant future.
Yeah, that doesn't mean next week, does it?
Next week, maybe. Keep an eye out.
Gauranga.
So thank you very much,
Yeah.
Haribol. So thank you to all the devotees for logging in and watching today's Sunday program. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Krishna or Vrindavan. Please don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified of all our events. So we have upcoming the Shera Festival, which is on the 25th of October. So that's a couple. So not next Sunday, but the Sunday following Sunday. So we shall be hosting an amazing festival for Lord Ram this Shera. Please do log in for that. Also, the upcoming festival month would be Karthik. So Karthik will be coming up. We will be organising Zoom home satsangs during Karthik. So if you would like to make a booking where we can organise Zoom satsangs during Karthik month, so you can invite your friends, your family, your contacts, and we can actually do a Zoom Damodar Puja online in your homes, and also do nice kirtans and glorify Lord Damodarji. So that will be a wonderful service in the month of Karthik. So please do keep tuned in, keep checking our website and our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter and check on Facebook. Thank you for everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. Please do stay safe. Thank you. Hare Krishna.